I'm here in City Hall with Yesenia Padilla, our utility billing manager, to talk about the city's Food Tax Rebate Program. So, Yesenia, why don't you tell everybody what is the Food Tax Rebate Program?
The Food Tax Rebate Program is a rebate for qualified residents who paid sales tax on food purchased.
Okay, so this was something that was a point of confusion for me, so I've got some follow-up questions. Now, when we say rebate, that's different from like a coupon or a discount. How does this work exactly?
That is correct. So it's more like I would take it as a reimbursement for sales tax paid for any food items.
Cool. So, as we're going to get into in a second, we're going to talk about application requirements, what you need when you come to apply. This is about the money you spent last year in your food tax. You're getting reimbursed this year based on your tax forms. So, let's talk about that a little bit. What are the eligibility requirements for this?
Be a resident City of Greeley, 10 months in 2022. Be a current City of Greeley resident and meet the medium income limits.
Cool. Okay, and we were talking about this off camera. This is inside city limits of Greeley. You might have a Greeley address, but you have to be inside the city limits, correct?
That is correct. You have to live within the city limits.
Sorry, Evans friends, this one is not for you. This is just for our Greeley folks. And so let's talk a little bit more about those median income limits. That varies based on the size of your household. How is that determined?
It's determined by the HUD guidelines.
And then its dependents from your tax form count as members of your household up to 10?
That is correct.
Cool. So if you're like me, I'm married, I have 2 kids, and so in my situation, I could apply for a household income with 4 people. And tell me some of the different income, like the types of income that you have to report here with your tax forms.
So you have to report your wages, your any Social Security received, any food like stamps or any assistance that you get outside, child support, any of that income.
Cool. That's really helpful because I know I think about, okay, my salary or my hourly wage, but also anything you get if you're a co-parent, things like that, all of that has to be reported. So tell me a little bit more. If someone wants to apply, if they think they meet that median income requirement, they're ready to like bring in their paperwork, what is involved in applying for the program?
Okay, they can download an application, or we have applications here in the office, and we do need to see your Social Security cards, 2022 filed tax return, and a proof of residency.
Cool. And so that filed tax return is really important. It's not your W-2. You have to bring that in once you have filed it, and that'll show your proof of income over the last year to check your eligibility. And where do they go if they do want to apply in person? Where do they go to get some help?
Here at City Hall.
Wonderful. And you told me, again, off camera, bilingual services, right? You have people who can help if English is not your first language. That's no problem.
That is correct, and we can also assist with filling out the application.
Cool. So forms like this can be a little bit confusing. You're not alone. If you don't want to apply online, come on down and we'll get you some help out here, which is wonderful. So let's talk a little bit more about the deadlines. Okay, so right now it's February. The program application period is open. How long do they have to apply for this?
Through May 31st.
Wonderful. And okay, so get your taxes scheduled, get your taxes filed, and then you have until May to bring that completed form in and get your rebate from the year prior. And the other thing I wanted to ask about it's now through May for last year. How long do they have to wait to get the money once they apply?
It takes about 2 to 3 weeks.
Cool. And so don't expect to come down and walk away with a check in hand. You'll fill it out. If you meet the requirements, you'll receive a check in the mail after a couple weeks. And one more thing before we go, there's something exciting. The rebate is actually larger than it has been in years past. Tell me about that.
That is correct. So we increased, the last increase we had was in 2015 to $65, and this year it will be bumped up to $100.
And is that $100 total or per person in the household?
Per person in the household.
Cool. So like I said earlier, I'm in a household of 4, 2 dependents and a spouse. That would be a $400 return. So if you do meet the requirements, this is a significant amount of money you can get back in the new year. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Awesome. Okay. I was just like, right? I did that math right? Okay, wonderful. If you are interested in applying or just want more information about the forms you need to bring in when you apply, Find out all of that information at greeleygov.com/sales tax.